Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Imola Grand Prix or the Imola Romagna Grand Prix weekend. I don't know what the hell to call it, for F1, F2 and F3. So it's going to be a pretty packed video for today. So first start off with F3, and just like I normally do, I'll do the top 20 for this for F3. I'll do the whole of the classified finishes for F3, well, so for F2 and F1. So first off with F3 sprint race, and that was won by, I don't know who he is. Oh crap! It is Franco Colapinto. There we go. Franco Colapinto wins. I think that's also Van Amersfoort Racing's first win of the F2 season. And then Victor Martins and Jack Crawford ran out the podium. Behind them, in fourth place, we got Roman Stanek, then Isaac Hadjar, Zane Maloney, Oliver Rasmussen. I can't remember how you say his name, but he is replaced Johnny Edgar for the rest of the season due to Edgar having some type of illness. I can't remember what the illness is called, but it's some type of like medical illness. And then Alexander Smola, Rafael Villagomez, and Francesco Pizzi. I think that's what his name is. I might be wrong. Rounds out the top 10. And then for the top 20, if we scroll down a bit, then we got David Vendels, Oliver Bierman, Arthur Leclerc, Brad Bevendez, I think that's how you say his name is, William Alato, Keelan Frederick, Hunter Yeany, David Schumacher, Laszlo Toth, and I think you can't say that, but it is Kush Mane. That is top 20. And then if we move on to the feature race, that was won by Roman Stanek, then Jack Crawford and Isaac Hadjar ran out the podium. And then the rest of the top 10, we got Arthur Leclerc, Cushman Manny, Zach O'Sullivan, Keelan Frederick, David Vandels, Victor Martins, and William Alato ran out the top 10. Then, scroll down a bit further, Charles Collet, David Schumacher, Ido Cohen, Alexander Samola, I think I put his name as Pepe Marti in the entry list, but I think it's like Jose Pepe Marti. I can't remember. Then Hunter Yeany, Oliver Bierman, Reese Oshima, Nanzim Asman. I think that's what his name is, and Rafael Villagomez ran out to top 20. F3 standings. I think I'll only do I'll do top 10 first, and I'll scroll down to the top 20. So Victor Martins is currently in the lead, actually tied for the lead with Arthur Leclerc. Then Roman Stanek in third place, Jack Crawford, Isaac Hadjar, Philip Filipinto Compito, I can't, Philip, whatever. Oliver Bierman, Gregory Saucy, Zane Maloney, and Juan Manuel Carrera, who did not compete at Imola. I think he had some type of injury. And then scroll down to the top 20. Zach O'Sullivan, Alexander Samola, Kush Mane, Keelan Frederick, David Vandels, Charles Collet, Oliver Rasmussen, William Alatalo, there we go, Rafael Villagomez, and I still think that's Francesco Pizzi as in the top 20. I think that might be completely wrong. So that's F3 all done. For F2, we have in the feature race and the sprint race, our sprint race winner was Marcus Armstrong. And then Jihan Daruvla and Dennis Hauger ran out the podium. I think this is also Dennis Hauger's first ever podium for F2. And then top 10. In fourth place, Roy Nassani, Felipe Drugovich, Logan Sargent, Thierry Porcher, Liam Lawson, Ayamu Awasa, and Frederick Vastet ran out the top 10. Then, for the classified finishes, so to the top 19, we got Jack Doohan, Enzo Fittipaldi, Richard Verschoor, Callum Williams, Yuri Vips, Marina Sato, Ollie Codwell, Jake Hughes, and Clemens Novalak ran out the top 19, well, also known as the classified drivers. For the feature race, I actually did watch the feature race. I'll probably talk a bit about it after the results. But Thierry Porcher wins the race, and Enzo Fittipaldi and Ralph Boschung ran out the podium. Then in the top 10, we have Clemens Novalak, Amabu Awasa, Frederick Vesti, Logan Sargent, David Beckman, Jihan Daruvla, and Felipe Drugovich ran out the top 10. Then Marina Sato, Jake Hughes, Ollie Codwell, Richard Verschoor, Callum Williams, Marcus Armstrong, and Amaru Cordell ran out the classified finishes. I remember that Yuri Vip spun out, pole sitter spun out, and hit the gravel chop. I can't remember what corner it was. I cannot remember any of the corner names, I'll be honest, at Imola. And Roy Nasani basically just cocked it all up. I think he was he was coming out to the front stretch and he just got into the grass in the final corner and he spun out into the entrance of pit road. So his day was done and he was actually looking really, really good to win the race, but he just kind of screwed it up. And for the driver standings, we have Tea Pocher 2 points in front of Felipe Drugovich. And then Gajia and Derivalo behind him in third place, and Liam Lawson, Richard Verschoor, Ralph Boschung, Marcus Armstrong, Yuri Vips, Emamu Awasa, and Enzo Fittipaldi. And then for the other drivers, which I will try and get to, there we go. Logan Sargent in 11th place, Dennis Halger, Jake Hughes, Roy Nassani, Clemens Novalak, Frederick Vaster, Jack Doohan, Kyle Williams, David Beckman, and Marina Sata ran out the top 20, Ollie Codwell, and Maru Cordell, and Sam Bolakabasi, who was replaced by David Beckman for the weekend. So F2 and F3 next race is actually at Barcelona, so that'll be the next race for them at Barcelona, Spain. Sometime in May, I think the 20th to 22nd of May, for both F2 and F3. Now let's go on to the real stuff that everyone cares about, which is Formula One. We'll first start off with the sprint race. So first off with that, they would do the actual race, so top 10. So this is basically the grid for the race results for the race. I cannot speak. Max Verstappen basically gets the pole, then Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, and Mick Schumacher ran out the top 10. Then George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Alexander Albon, Nicholas Latifi, and Zhou Guanyu, who crashed out, I think on lap 1. I think he got tagged by who did he got? He got tagged by Gasly, I think it was. So his sprint race was done right away. So let's now talk about the races. That was won by Max Verstappen in Ferrari's hometown crowd in their hometown soil. Um, Max Verstappen gets it done. It was actually 1-2 for Red Bull Racing. First time since 2016 Malaysia where Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen were 1-2 there. Right at the podium is Lando Norris, George Russell, Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel, Kevin Magnussen, and last row ran out the top 10. Then we got Alexander Albon, who I actually did not realize he finished 11th place, which is really impressive. Then Pierre Gasly, Lewis Hamilton, Esteban Ocon, Zhou Guanyu, Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, and Carlos Sainz ran out the top 20. Verstappen also got fastest lap, and he also got driver of the day as well. Basically, stuff that happened. Also, I can't show on video because I would get copyright striked. So you just have to listen to me. Lap 1, Daniel Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz collides on turn 3, I think it was. Bottas also involved. Sainz is just unlucky at the start of this season. He's just so unlucky. He spun out at Australia, lap 5, and he collided with Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, in Ferrari's home race, which is, I mean, look, at least it's like another time where Ferrari gets it done at maybe at Monza. We just have to wait to see though. But not a good time to be a Sainz fan or even a Ferrari fan, even for Sainz, because he's just had the worst luck the start of this season. Lap 7, Alonso retires because I think his side pod was exposed a lot. There was a lot of damage there. I think it's because he collided with Mick Schumacher, who spun out lap 1. So that forced him to retire. Lap 8, Charles Leclerc passes Norris for the podium in light of the Tifosi. Lap 12, Magnussen and Russell battles. Russell actually originally passed him, but he got a little bit loose. Kind of screwed up the chicane. I think it was the second chicane. And Magnussen just passed him back. Luckily, Russell did pass him. Lap 19, Perez pits for dries. I mean, it was the first driver was actually Ricciardo who pits for dries. I think around lap 17 or 16. I can't remember. I mean, he was lost calls either way. He was down in 18th place. So yeah. Lap 20, Charles Leclerc pits for dries. Hamilton and Ocon almost collides as well on pit road, and there's a 5-second time penalty for Ocon. I think he did serve it, which was good, so at least it won't be added to his race time. And the big one that everyone's been talking about, other than Verstappen lapping Hamilton, lap 53, Charles Leclerc spun out. I think he was pushing really, really hard to get that DRS on Perez, and it just didn't work out for him. He just spun out and kind of cocked it. Also, it was kind of funny because Leclerc first pitiful stops, then Perez pitiful stops, then Verstappen pitiful stops. It was really like, I mean, again, that 1 point is very, very precious. Even though it's just 1 point, it's 1 point more than they will originally get. So obviously, the Red Bull guys wanted to pit for softs. So as soon as they heard Leclerc, pitted for softs as well. For softs, there we go. I cannot English. And Verstappen did get the fastest lap of the race, so he gets that one very crucial extra point to close the gap on the driver standings, which we'll get to right now. That's what the driver standings look like. Even though it's not, even I think it's now 20 something points. In difference between Leclerc and Verstappen. So Leclerc is on 86 points and Verstappen is on 59 points, which is a 27-point difference. So there's still a chance that Verstappen can obviously take over the lead. Third place, I think a little bit further behind them is Sergio Perez and George Russell, now in fourth place. There you go, just making it in the lead top 10. Then Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, and Kevin Magnussen ran out the top 10. Then Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, Young, there we go, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Zhou Guanyu, Alexander Albon, Lance Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Nico Hulkenberg, and Nicholas Latifi ran out the 21 drivers. So the next race for F1 is the Miami Grand Prix. So this is the inaugural Miami Grand Prix um, for F1. So and this is the track time. I can't be bothered to do my time because no one is going to be watching there. So this is the track time over in US. Well, in Florida actually, but whatever. FP1 and FP2 will be on May 6th and 2:30 and 3:30. Well, 2:30 to 3:30 for FP1 and FP2 that will start at 5. No, wait, 5:30. It's a 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 to 6:30. I can't remember 24-hour time. May 7th, FP3 and qualifying. We have FP3 will start from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and qualifying that will start on 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And then the race on May 8th will start at 3:30, and it will end at 5:30. There we go. Trying to convert all the 24-hour times to 12-hour times. It's difficult. But yeah, that is really about it. This will be the inaugural race for the Miami Grand Prix at Miami International Autodrome. I think we will be around a stadium, if I remember correctly. I think around the Miami Dolphin Stadium. So that'll be really, really exciting. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.